The massive doors of the Zephyrian War Council exploded inward with a thunderous crash. Through the smoke and debris stepped a lone figure, dragging something behind her that made even the most battle-hardened generals recoil in horror. Commander Sarah Chin stood in the doorway, her armor scorched and bloodied, holding the severed head of Supreme Overlord Vexthul by its writhing tentacles. The War Council chamber fell silent as death itself. 23 alien species had gathered on the neutral moon of Kepler, 442b, their greatest military minds assembled to discuss the seemingly impossible task of defeating humanity's relentless advance across the galaxy. For 3 standard cycles, they had debated strategies, shared intelligence, and planned coordinated strikes against the mysterious species that had emerged from the distant Sol system. These beings called themselves humans, and in just 50 Earth years, they had conquered 47 star systems with a ferocity that defied all tactical understanding. "We are not the monsters you believed us to be," Sarah announced, her voice carrying across the vast chamber. "We are something far more dangerous, we are survivors who refuse to kneel." The Zephyrian High General Kekstar, a towering insectoid with mandibles that could crush steel, stepped forward. His compound eyes reflected the dim light as he processed the impossible sight before him. "You dare enter our sacred council chamber, human filth," he hissed, his voice dripping with contempt. "The Supreme Overlord commands a fleet of 10 million vessels. No single being could." "Could what?" Sarah interrupted, tossing the severed head onto the polished obsidian table. "Could infiltrate his flagship. Could fight through his personal guard. Could show him that humans don't just win wars, we end them." The head's eyes still moved, neural implants keeping consciousness flickering in the dying brain. Vexthul had been the architect of the Great Purge, the systematic extermination of 12 lesser species. His death sent ripples of shock through the assembled council. General Mordek of the crystalline hegemony, his translucent form shimmering with barely contained energy, spoke next. "How did you breach our defenses? This moon is protected by quantum shields, Anne. Your quantum shields were designed to stop fleets, not individuals," Sarah replied with a cold smile. "Every weapon you've built, every strategy you've devised, assumes your enemy thinks like you. But humans don't think, we adapt." She pulled out a small device, its surface covered in alien script. "This is Vexthul's personal command frequency. I've been listening to your conversations for weeks." The chamber erupted in panic. Delegates scrambled for their weapons, but Sarah raised her hand. "I didn't come here to fight. I came here to offer terms." Her words cut through the chaos like a blade. "Surrender now, and your species will live. Continue this war, and you'll discover why the universe trembles when humans say, 'No prisoners.'" Admiral Zyxfan, the aquatic representative of the Tidal Confederation, his gills fluttering with agitation, managed to speak. "You're outnumbered 1,000,000,000,000. Your species inhabits barely 50 worlds while we control thousands. What makes you think you can defeat us all?" Sarah's laugh was like breaking glass. "Because you still don't understand what you're fighting. We're not conquerors, we're the children of a world that tried to kill us every single day. We learned to survive ice ages, supervolcanoes, and our own stupidity. We turned the most hostile planet in the galaxy into our home." She gestured to the severed head. "Your Supreme Overlord thought he could break us by destroying our colonies. Instead, he taught us that mercy is a luxury we can't afford." The High General activated his personal shields, energy crackling around his exoskeleton. "You speak of mercy while holding a severed head. What mercy is this?" "The mercy of a quick death," Sarah replied, her voice steady as stone. "Because the alternative is watching your entire civilization burn while you beg for the ending you should have accepted today." She reached into her armor and produced a small red button. "This is linked to quantum charges placed on every homeworld of every species in this council. I've been busy while you've been talking." The chamber fell silent again, but this time it was the silence of absolute terror. Each delegate stared at the device in Sarah's hand, understanding dawning in their alien minds. She had done the impossible, infiltrated not just their meeting, but their entire defensive network. "You're bluffing," whispered Kekstar, though his voice betrayed his uncertainty. "Humans don't bluff," Sarah said softly. "We calculate. We prepare. We execute. And we never, ever surrender." She pressed the button. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, holographic displays around the chamber began lighting up, not with explosions, but with messages. On every homeworld, every military installation, every hidden base, the same words appeared in each species' native language: "This could have been your extinction. Choose wisely." The demonstration was complete. Sarah had proven that humanity possessed the capability to end them all, but had chosen restraint. The message was clear: surrender, or face a species that had mastered the art of total war. General Mordek was the first to kneel, his crystalline form refracting the chamber's light into rainbow patterns. We surrender to the human hegemony." One by one, the other delegates followed suit. The war was over before it had truly begun. Sarah looked at the assembled alien leadership, her expression mixing satisfaction with exhaustion. "Smart choice. Now, let's discuss the terms of your integration into human space. Don't worry. We're not the monsters you thought we were. We're just very, very good at winning." As she spoke, the severed head of Vexthul finally stopped moving, its eyes losing their last spark of life. The supreme overlord who had planned to exterminate humanity had instead become the symbol of their ultimate victory. The galaxy would remember this moment, the day a single human entered a war council and ended a conflict through the perfect balance of strength and mercy. The age of human dominance had begun, not with the roar of weapons, but with the quiet authority of a species that had learned to survive against impossible odds. And in that moment, every alien in the chamber understood why the universe had reason to fear the children of Sol.